And we're live. Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. All day long, I thought it was Thursday. Then, for a while there, I thought it was Friday. It's been insane, but that's all right. That's what happens. We get so involved in what we're doing, we lose track of time, and that's a good thing. So how are you? I'm Dave. This is Let's Have a Chat. It's Wednesday, so that means it's Walking Leader Wednesday, where I read from my book, The Walking Leader. We're up to chapter 16. That's right. I've been doing this a while. And I missed a couple, but we're going to get back on track and we're going to be fine. And again, the flyaways just keep coming in. Anyway, so moving on, let's go ahead and I'm going to read from chapter 16, which is actually Rule 16, promote others to do the same. The benefits of teamwork were instilled in me right from the start of my military career. We were taught that we could either sink or swim, we could succeed or fail, and no matter what happened during basic training, we would be in it together. We were a team of 36 young men. All of us made my training platoon in 1985 out to be All of us made my training platoon in 1985 out among the red clay of Fort Benning, Georgia. Luckily, my cohorts and I made it past basic and advanced infantry training, and just as quickly as we formed into a cohesive, dangerous group of infantrymen, we were split up and shipped off to the far corners of the planet or wherever Uncle Sam needed us. So my subsequent assignments, duties, and commitments would all have a solid foundation based on teamwork, as it was the only way of successfully achieving what we did together wherever I was. In encouraging others to get out there and get to know their co-workers, I tell them that that's the only way, that the frontline staff will know you have their back. Oh, that's the only way they'll know you have their back. Sorry about that. Having someone's back means they trust you enough to let you have their back, and that's a good thing. It's all about trust. Remember, when you were on the front lines, you needed someone to look up to mentor, to guide you. Some people were lucky enough to have that person, while sadly others did not. Heck, I can't even begin to remember how many foxholes I dug, but I do know that I started out on the front lines. There we go. That's where my roots are, and that's where they'll always be, on the front lines. So that's that. Anyway, I'll move on. I also know that there were some great non-commissioned officers and commissioned officers who lent a hand or two along the way, whom in turn inspired me to return the favor to those I now lead, supervise, and encounter. I hope I am inspiring others to do the same in the future when they are in a position to do so. I do apologize. Not enough water today. Stay hydrated, folks. It is summertime. Okay, there will always be skeptics when it comes to promoting others to do the same as I do. They usually have their own agenda or have felt wronged by the system, the process, other managers, other leaders, or whatever their reason is. It is unfortunate because they also make the loudest noise, and they could easily turn that negativity outward and work for the common good instead of issuing threats, of going to the press or calling a state legislator the moment something doesn't go right for that individual, or blaming others or accusing people. It happens. They're out there. But instead of turning that negativity around and making it into a positive, it's kind of like the narcissist who will turn the blame back on others. It's kind of the same thing. So think about it. So every organization, public or private, has at least one individual like that. Mine did. His negativity brought the whole place down. And I'm talking about when I was working for the state. It brought the whole place down. But I didn't let that deter me. I continued pressing others to ignore him and to do what was right. To me, ignoring his idle threats was the best course of action, because sometimes, as I like to quote from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, logic clearly dictates that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So get out there. Get out there, promote others, encourage others. You're out there, you're walking around, you're getting to meet people, you're getting to share with them. Well, get out there and talk to them and say, hey, look, your team would benefit from you getting out there and getting out there among them in the front lines, seeing what's going on, taking a support call or two. And if you already take those support calls, kudos to you. But again, Don't be that negative individual that would rather run because something didn't go their way. They would rather run and go turn things around to suit their own personal agenda, which, well, you know what? That's up to them. They're the ones that don't want to change. But don't fall into that trap. Every organization has that one or two individuals. Don't fall into that trap, because that's exactly what it is. If you find yourself in a situation of, well, I have to because this is that person. No, you don't have to. What you do have to do is believe in yourself, believe what's right, believe what's wrong, and go from there. Make your own informed decision. Don't fall in line because that's what the party line is. That's what they want you to believe. Because remember, those are the ones that talk the loudest, are the ones that are going to get heard first. Meanwhile, the truth gets cast aside, or it gets forgotten, or it gets reinterpreted. And, what do you do then? How do you fight that? Well, no, you as a leader have to persevere and fight through that. And while you're encouraging others to join you, understand and let them know too that, hey, this is what's going to happen. Because this is just like a playbook. You're doing something, they don't like it because, again, you're not towing their party line. You're doing your thing to better yourself and your team and your family or your organization or whoever you happen to be leading. And if they don't like it, well, again, it's because, again, they don't have to like it. You're doing the best you can with what you've got. And if it means lightening your load and dropping off some of those burdens, then guess what? That's what being a leader is all about, is getting out there and doing it. And leading and encouraging others to be themselves and to be better than they were yesterday. If they'd rather slip back and into some other dark place, that's on them. But you're doing your part. And as a leader, that's all that's expected of you, is for you to do your part and to encourage others. Again, you can't hook them by the nose and come dragging and bring them dragging along. No, you can't do that. But what you can do is show them the way. So, it's Wednesday. It'll be Thursday tomorrow. I'll be right with my calendar then. I'm Dave Guerra. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this live, I do appreciate you watching this live. If you're in the studio audience, thank you for being in the studio audience. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for your time. And I will talk to everyone again tomorrow, Thursday, leadership, issues and topics in leadership, and I'll talk to you then. Have a good evening.